Let's just be friends with benefits until I'm sure about him, she proposed. So I withdrew all benefits, including my friendship. Now he's sure he doesn't want her. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. Throwaway for obvious reasons. This all went down about a year ago, but it still feels fresh enough to share. I figured Reddit might appreciate the irony. It's got that classic mix of betrayal, quiet exit, and karma doing its thing. If you're into those how I dodged a bullet stories, buckle up. I should start from the beginning to set the scene. My name's not important, but let's call her Katie. We met in college, back when life was all about late-night study sessions and cheap takeout. I was the steady one, majoring in engineering, always planning ahead. Katie was studying marketing, full of big ideas and that infectious energy that made everything feel exciting. We clicked right away. After graduation, we moved in together to this cozy apartment in the city, splitting rent and building what I thought was a solid future. For the first couple of years, things were great. I was loyal to a fault. I turned down a job offer that would have meant relocating because Katie was just starting at her agency and didn't want the disruption. Instead, I took a local gig as a project engineer, decent pay, stable hours, so I could be there for her. And I was. When she hit a rough patch at work, getting passed over for a promotion and dealing with some anxiety from the stress, I was her rock. I'd come home, make dinner, listen to her vent for hours. There were nights I'd stay up researching coping strategies or just holding her while she cried about feeling stuck. I even dipped into my savings to cover her therapy sessions when her insurance fell short. "You're my safe place," she'd say, curling up against me. It felt good, you know, like I was building something real. But looking back, there were signs I ignored. Katie started getting more into social media for her job, posting about living your best life and all that. She'd scroll through influencers' feeds and make these offhand comments. "God, look at his adventures. Why don't we do stuff like that?" I'd laugh it off, suggest a weekend trip, but she'd wave it away, saying she was too busy. Then came the late nights, networking with colleagues. She'd come home tipsy, talking about this guy Alex from a partner firm, how charismatic he was, how he just got the industry in a way I didn't. I chalked it up to professional admiration. After all, I trusted her. We were committed. We'd talked about marriage someday, kids even. I was the guy who remembered anniversaries with handwritten notes and her favorite flowers. Sacrifices? Yeah, I made them. Like the time I canceled a guy's trip to the mountains because her family was in town and she wanted me there for support. Her mom was going through a divorce, and Katie insisted it would be awkward without me playing buffer. So I stayed, mediated the drama, and watched my buddy's photos roll in without me. Things escalated subtly. Our intimacy dipped, not drastically, but enough that I noticed. She'd be affectionate one day, distant the next. I tried talking about it, but she'd brush it off with work stress, or, "I'm just tired." I believed her because why wouldn't I? I was all in. Then, about 6 months before the blow-up, she started going to these industry mixers more often. Alex's name popped up a lot. He's got this wild story from backpacking in Europe, or, "Alex says the market's shifting. I need to level up." I felt a twinge of jealousy, but pushed it down. I wasn't the insecure type. Instead, I doubled down on being supportive, helping her prep presentations, celebrating her small wins. Hell, I even suggested she pitch a collaboration with Alex's team if it helped her career. That's how committed I was, putting her growth first, even if it meant sidelining my own ego. It all came to a head one Friday evening. I'd gotten off work early, picked up ingredients for her favorite pasta dish, thinking we'd have a chill night in. The apartment smelled like garlic and basil when she walked in, but her face wasn't right. Distracted, fidgety. She set her bag down and said we needed to talk. My stomach dropped, but I kept it together, plating the food like nothing was wrong. We sat at the kitchen table, and that's when she laid it out. She pushed her plate away after a couple bites, like the food I'd made was suddenly unappetizing. "Look," she started, not even meeting my eyes at first. "I've been thinking a lot about us. About where I'm at in life." I nodded, staying calm, though my mind was racing. Was this about moving? A job change? But no, she kept going. "I met someone. At one of those mixers. Alex, you know, the guy I've mentioned? He's different. Exciting. We clicked, and we've been talking a lot." I set my fork down slowly. "Talking?" I asked, keeping my voice even. Inside, it felt like the floor was tilting, but I wasn't going to lose it. "Not yet." "Yeah, talking. And more, okay? We've gone out a few times." Nothing serious yet, but I feel like there's potential there. He's got this energy, this drive. It's making me realize I've been settling a bit with us." She finally looked up, her tone shifting to something almost casual, like she was discussing weekend plans. "Don't get me wrong, you're great. Stable, sweet. But I need to explore this. See if it's real." I leaned back, processing. "So you're breaking up with me?" I said it flatly, no accusation, just clarifying. She fidgeted with her napkin, twisting it in her hands. "Not exactly. I mean, I don't want to lose you completely. You're my best friend, right? The physical stuff between us is still good, comfortable. So what if we just shift things? Like, be friends with benefits for a while, until I'm sure about him. That way, I get space to figure it out, and you still get the perks. No strings, no drama. It's mature, don't you think? If you really care about me, you'd want me to be happy." Her words hung there, smug in their logic, like she'd rehearsed this pitch. I could see the entitlement in her eyes, the way she assumed I'd jump at scraps because I'd always been the reliable one. "Perks?" I echoed, still calm, though the betrayal burned. "You want me as a backup while you test drive someone else?" She rolled her eyes a little, like I was overreacting. "Come on, don't make it sound like that. It's not a demotion, it's practical. We've got history. Alex is fun, but who knows? If it doesn't work, we could pick up where we left off. And in the meantime, we keep the good parts, the sex, the hanging out, without the pressure of labels. It's win-win. Lots of people do this nowadays. It's evolved." "Evolved?" I repeated, tasting the word. She was twisting everything, our commitment, my loyalty, into some casual arrangement that benefited her. The hypocrisy hit hard. I'd been her emotional safety net for years, and now she wanted to keep the benefits while chasing excitement? And if I say no? I asked, my tone steady. She shrugged, a bit dismissive now, like she'd expected pushback, but not outright refusal. "Then I guess we're done. But that'd be stupid. Why throw away what we have over something that might not even last? Think about it. You get to keep me around without the commitment stuff you're always pushing for anyway." I sat there for a long moment, the pasta going cold between us. Her excuses piled up. "It's not cheating if I'm honest about it," she added, as if that made it better. "I'm giving you a choice here. Most girls would just ghost or lie." Twisted logic, all of it, framing her selfishness as generosity, my potential heartbreak as an opportunity. She leaned forward, trying to sound reasonable. "Look, I still care about you. This could be fun, low-key. No jealousy, no fights. Just benefits until I'm sure." I met her gaze, feeling the weight of every sacrifice I'd made flash through my mind. But I didn't yell or beg. I just nodded once. "That doesn't work for me, Katie. If you're not all in, neither am I. We're done, completely. No friends, no benefits, nothing." Her eyes widened, like she hadn't seen that coming. "Wait, seriously? You're just going to end it like that? After everything?" "Yeah," I said simply, standing up. "After everything." I cleared the plates without another word, the silence thick. She tried to argue more. "You're being dramatic. Let's talk this out." But I tuned it out, methodically packing an overnight bag. By the time I walked out the door, she was still sputtering justifications. "Fine. Go then. You'll regret this when you're alone." The door clicked shut behind me, and that was it. No outburst, no confrontation, just detachment. That night, I crashed at a buddy's place, staring at the ceiling as the reality sank in. The confusion hit first. How could someone I'd poured so much into think I'd accept being demoted to a side option? It felt outrageous, undeserved. I'd been loyal, committed, always putting us first. And for what? To be treated like a convenient fallback while she chased some exciting guy? The unfairness gnawed at me. I replayed the conversation in my head, her smug tone echoing. It's win-win. Win for who? Her, obviously. Me? I was supposed to be grateful for crumbs. The next few days were a blur of silence. I didn't text her, didn't call. Instead, I focused on logistics, arranging to get my stuff from the apartment when she was at work, canceling shared subscriptions, untangling our finances quietly. It wasn't revenge, it was self-preservation. I blocked her on everything: phone, socials, email. No contact from the jump. Why give her access when she'd already shown what she thought of me? But man, the emotional weight lingered. I'd sit in my temporary spot at my friend's, scrolling through old photos before deleting them. Flashbacks kept coming. That time she lost her job briefly during the pandemic. I covered rent alone for 3 months, worked overtime, assured her we'd get through it. "You're my hero," she'd said then, pulling me close. Or the holidays when her family drama peaked, her dad showing up unannounced, stirring up old fights. I mediated, hosted, even loaned her brother money from my savings to keep the peace. Sacrifices I made willingly because I loved her. Now, it all felt like I'd been played, my reliability weaponized against me. The confusion morphed into hurt. Nights were the worst, lying awake, wondering if I'd missed signs earlier. Was I too safe, like she implied? Too predictable? I questioned everything, from our routines to my own choices. Therapy helped. I started sessions right away, unpacking how her proposal revealed her true colors, manipulative, entitled. She wanted the cake and to eat it too, my therapist said, and it clicked. I'd been the sure thing, the emotional anchor, while she eyed the maybe. It stung, the betrayal deeper than just cheating. It was a calculated disrespect, assuming I'd settle. I let myself sit with it, no rushing to get over it. Mornings, I'd hit the gym before work, channeling the pain into something productive. Afternoons, I'd dive into hobbies I'd sidelined, reading engineering journals, tinkering with side projects. Evenings, I'd meet up with friends I'd neglected, rebuilding my social circle. It was quiet dignity in action, no bad-mouthing her online, no dramatic posts. Just steady steps forward. Mutual acquaintances reached out occasionally. Heard about you, and Katie, you okay? And I'd keep it brief. Yeah, moving on. I didn't spill details, let her narrative spin however she wanted. Weeks turned into a month, and the silence amplified everything. No word from her at first, which oddly hurt more. Confirmation I was disposable. But as I detached, clarity came. I realized the unfairness wasn't just her actions. It was how I'd undervalued myself. I'd given up promotions, trips, personal growth for us, only for her to treat it like a temporary gig. The arc started shifting, from vulnerable confusion to a calm resolve. I rented my own place, a small studio, but mine. Landed a promotion I'd passed on before, with better pay and travel perks. Life without contingencies felt freeing. I dated casually once or twice, nothing serious, but it reminded me I wasn't boring, just committed to the wrong person. Still, the middle dragged emotionally. There were low moments, spotting a couple at a cafe, flashing back to our routines, or holidays approaching, remembering how I'd always planned them around her. But I breathed through it, no shortcuts. The unfairness faded into acceptance. This was a bullet dodged. By month 2, my internal voice had evolved. She didn't deserve you. I was building something new, piece by piece, in her absence. It stopped hurting. It just was. About a month after I went no contact, the karma started rolling in, at least from what I pieced together through the grapevine. Mutual friends mentioned Katie was posting cryptic stuff on social media about lessons learned and unexpected turns, but I didn't check myself. Then came the direct hits. Turns out Alex, the exciting guy, wasn't looking for anything serious. They'd hooked up a few times, but when Katie pushed for commitment, telling him she was all in, now that I was out of the picture, he bailed. Ghosted her completely after a weekend getaway where she apparently confessed her feelings. Friends said she unraveled fast, calling in sick to work, isolating herself, even losing a big client because she blew a presentation. Her smug confidence from our breakup shattered. She became the backup she'd tried to make me. The attempts to reconcile started small. First, an email, since I blocked her number, titled "Can we talk?" It read, "Hey, I miss our chats. Things with Alex fizzled. He was just a phase. Remember how good we were as friends? Let's grab coffee, no pressure. I could use your advice right now." Casual, like nothing happened. I deleted it without replying. A week later, she escalated, showed up at my new building's lobby, buzzing the intercom. "It's me," her voice crackled through. "I know you're up there. Please, just 5 minutes." I screwed up, I see that now. You were always the steady one. I took it for granted. Can't we at least be friends again? The benefits part was stupid. I was confused. I didn't buzz her in. Instead, I texted the doorman to say I wasn't home. But she didn't stop. Her friends got involved next, toxic as hell. One, her bestie Sarah, called from an unknown number. "Dude, you're being a dick. Katie's going through it. Alex used her and dipped. She needs her support system. You owe her after all those years. Grow up and answer her texts." Another, her cousin Mike, messaged on LinkedIn of all places, "Family's worried about her. She's not eating, crying all the time. Be a man and forgive. Everyone makes mistakes. Don't make this harder than it needs to be." Unpleasant, pushy, like I was the villain for setting boundaries. By the third attempt, desperation turned to anger. Voicemails piled up from borrowed phones. How can you ignore me like this? After I was honest with you? You're punishing me for exploring. That's controlling. Fine, be alone forever. You'll regret ghosting me when you realize no one's as fun as I am. Her hypocrisy shone through, accusing me of what she'd done, flipping the script to make herself the victim. I stayed silent, letting it all bounce off. No responses, no engagement. Her unraveling was her own doing. The final encounter happened at our mutual friend Jake's birthday party, a casual rooftop gathering I'd almost skipped, but I was in a good place by then, 6 months post-breakup. I'd shown up with a couple co-workers, feeling lighter than ever. New promotion meant travel. I'd just gotten back from a conference in another state, networking like crazy. Gym routine paid off too. I was fitter, more confident. Even started seeing someone casually, though nothing serious yet. Katie was there, looking worn, forced smile, solo in the corner. Our eyes met across the crowd, and she beelined over, cornering me by the bar. "Please," she started, voice low but urgent, glancing around like she didn't want a scene. "I need to say this. Alex was a mistake. He never wanted more, just used me for fun. I see now what I had with you. Stable, real. I was an idiot proposing that FWB crap. I was scared of committing fully. Can we start over? Even as friends first? I've changed, I swear." She reached for my arm, but I stepped back calmly, treating it like a bad business pitch. "Katie," I said evenly, no emotion leaking through. "Our arrangement ended the night you suggested it. You wanted benefits without commitment. I chose none. That's done." Her face crumpled, desperation peaking. "But I miss you. Us. You're thriving. I can tell. Let me be part of that again. I'll make it up to you." I shook my head, ghosting her emotionally right there, like she was a stranger from another life. "I've built something better without you. New job, new routines, new people. You're not relevant to any of it anymore. This conversation? It's closed. No sympathy, no sorry it didn't work out. Just facts." She stood there, powerless, as I turned back to my group, laughing at a joke. The power flip was clear. She was desperate. I was indifferent. She left early, alone. Looking back, that chapter closed for good. I'm in a great spot now, promoted again, traveling for work, even dating someone who values commitment without games. Katie? Last I heard through the vine, she's still single, jumping from fling to fling, but I don't think about her. Lesson learned: don't settle for being anyone's backup. If you've been through something similar, drop your stories below. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.